Tonight, from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee,
with fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. Again, it's Henry. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice. Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no.
They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
First and 10, Taylor now.
Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Titans are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Fields on 1st down.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Kwity Paye getting in there and burying him behind the line.
But they certainly took too long to set up play action, and that gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, You're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now 1 yard to go on third down. We're scoreless after 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. He's going to have the first down and more than that. Still going inside the 20.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Going with a big fullback, Watt. And he takes it in for a Colts score.
Derek Watt, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Colts post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down.
They begin with Henry. And he stopped immediately there.
It was Kwity Paye who made the stop coming off the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Fields. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense set to go again. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. Inside handoff, Henry. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Fields throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. And Shark calls it in. And it's a Titans touchdown. DJ Chark, 26 yards. And the Titans are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with 40 seconds to go, that's, you'd think, time enough to try to mount a drive should they decide to do so. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, Ray, seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This time they stay on the ground. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. This is taken at the 15. When it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Titans offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Play action. It's Fields. He's going to let it go again. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before the break. Fields flush to his right. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So we have reached halftime. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. Well, the first half very even. I mean, really in all facets. This ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Stafford. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
And that is incomplete. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll run it again with Henry. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
74 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields looks for the out route, and it's complete to Kmet.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here's Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take...
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. On now is the Titans punter, as he's on here to punt it away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Stafford. And his throw is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Stafford.
The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing just outside his own goal line. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Now, this game has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7,
Fields.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The offense on third down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That third down conversion good for 23.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Here's Fields.
Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw going into the hands of Williams. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 14. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2.
Henry will score. Touchdown, Tennessee. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stafford.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Stafford's throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, They're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Now it's Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 34-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Stafford. There's Mooney with another catch. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, first down. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. Now Stafford. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Stafford. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Henry. And he's got some space here. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A 20th carry down. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And can you believe this? A big mistake leads to a defensive touchdown. And they're a point away from tying this thing up. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
All eyes on Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So conditioning going to be a factor here. Who can hold up to the test? It's overtime here in week 1. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
And the Colts coming out now.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
On the counter, it's Taylor. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this. Overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Back to throw, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Daron Payne able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez on for a very important punt here in overtime. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
On 1st down, it's Fields.
Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 35. Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Fields now to throw.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
To throw is Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. 3rd and 2, Fields.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A lot of efficiency here on this drive. Heck, this may be their best drive of the game.
Yeah, if they'd moved it like this throughout the entire game, we probably wouldn't be here in overtime. But right now, what you just said was the key word, efficiency. Taking care of the ball, move it downfield, get themselves in a position to score, and win this game.
So it all comes down here to the right foot of Randy Bullock. And another timeout taken by the Colts. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. They'll try and run for it with Henry. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
They'll give Henry another shot. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score and OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime. Just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of it all, and then to get there and finish it what I would call an old school way, a running play, because in today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring the bell, don't we?
Not there. They ran it in. And again, just a great, great game that we bore witness to. So for Tennessee, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
today. From Nissan Stadium in Nashville.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Quickly to the air is Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Well, this defense for the Titans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving them 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It's Mixon on the counter. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
2 big runs here to start this game. How about the offensive line? They came out firing. Great leverage, great punch to get this thing started.
And now this unit on the move already. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And now they will throw it with Burrow toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. A draw play for Mixon. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Hunter Nicewander on a punt as he sends this one away. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The Titans are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
Now Fields.
Flush to his right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. And that'll bring up fourth down as his Cincy defense stands up on third.
On fourth down, Fields. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. And he is going to pick up the Titans' first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on fourth down.
Give them 11 on the gain there, and the Titans are going to have a first.
But it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on fourth.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's fourth down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. First and 10 in the red zone.
That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a first down.
And defensive coaches losing their mind on that play because they knew about his mobility coming in, and they preached all week long. If he gets outside the pocket, find receivers in your area and cover them. Otherwise, plays like that will continue to result.
Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Fields.
He's got it.
And the Titans are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. First and goal from the 3. Back to throw. Fields.
Touchdown. Derrick Henry. His 104th career touchdown. One shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list.
And the Titans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be up to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This taken in at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And this one is incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now it's Burrow. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. Last week they got the victory against the Colts, so they lead this one as well as they begin things here 1st and 10. Fields. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Back to throw. Fields eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again is Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Back to throw again. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Chase Claypool, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Titans go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Short little throw to Ebron. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushed them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On play action, Fields. That pass caught, it's Williams.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 39 yards there, a big one.
Fields on first down.
Open man right side is Shark. And it's a Titans touchdown. DJ Chark, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Titans take a 3-touchdown lead.
Bullet good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it's DJ Chark who finishes it off with a touchdown reception.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. For the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 40-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Hunter Nice-Swanner on to punt now on 4th down.
It's taken to the 26.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Titans set and ready to go on offense. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
And Shark hauls it in. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Now it's Fields.
Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Here we go. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 3rd and 2, now Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. 20!
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 33.
McPherson's kick is good.
And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there.
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here.
The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway.
From the 6. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
And they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
To try again after the sack. Fields flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Throwing on third down, Fields.
Forced out to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now Burrow on first down.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
McPherson's kick is good,
And that'll get the deficit down to 15.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry.
He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
On 1st down, Fields.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Off play action, Fields.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Here's Fields. He's got this complete to Williams. He'll get it inside the 20.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Here's Fields.
Touchdown! Jalen Waddle. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Titans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 29, Burrow.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. On
1st and 10, here's Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
They snap it to Fields. Open man completes it to Claypool. And he is going to pick up the Titans' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Sam Hubbard picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Sets him up nicely, first and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
And it's a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Titans are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was finished off on the touchdown reception by Derrick Henry. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bengals set to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
Out of his hands quickly to Higgins.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Burrow will throw. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on second and long.
Burrow, and that one going to be off target and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Steps away to his left. And this is caught by Williams. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. Play action. It's Fields.
He'll buy some time right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Fields now to throw.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Bullock's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
After the field goal, Bailey will kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base.
2nd and 4.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Titans come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Titans, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.